So the next speaker we're going to have speaking to now is Denise Sakuma. She's from the Lycra company, and she's sort of received an MBA from the University of like Michigan, sort of Michigan. She's held amazing roles as like sort of like ready to wear and the global and a denim global like director. Thank you so much, Denise, for spending time with us for like 20 minutes. Welcome.
Thank you. The thanks actually goes to everybody that's participating here, and Kingpins and the Transformers Foundation. So thank you for inviting me. Okay, so I guess I will share my screen, right?
Yeah, share your screen and let's go.
So hello everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you. I guess the last time I saw it was we were among 130 people. That's all connected for one cause, and that cause is you. You are a transformer, and that's great that we are together transforming the industry. So again, I want to thank the Transformers Foundation for representing or inviting me to represent the Lycra company. It's a company that's backed on 6 years of innovation. I work with 3,000 colleagues globally, based on 14 countries and serving about 750 customers directly. And we produce and market our products under the Lycra, the Kumax, and the Thermolite brands. In fact, I'm quite happy that Miguel and Michael made their presentation before me, because it will help me a lot on what is Lycra fiber. So as part of the Transformer ED curriculum, I'm here to build some knowledge on why stretch is important in denim. First of all, what is Lycra fiber? So Lycra fiber was invented by a DuPont scientist. His name is Joseph Shivers in 1958. So it's 6 years plus. And the Lycra brand, in fact, is a brand for a generic that's named Elastane. As you saw on Michael's presentation, the man-made fibers on the synthetic side of it. I was on the right side of his natural and man-made fibers graph. And the Elastane is the generic, and if you are sitting in the USA, it's a spandex, is the generic. It can stretch up to 6 times its original length, but the beauty of it is really the recovery power, meaning a garment that stretches, but it comes back. And that's the secret. That's the secret to keep the shape of a garment after moving, and this kind of like new, like the same shape that when you bought the garment. And the secret is this soft and hard segment that makes Lycra fiber to be really an alive fiber, meaning it moves with you, and that movement is what brings comfort. I think that's important here to highlight that although you may think what Lycra is, what you may not know is that along the 6 years and the use of consistent branding, well, we are an ingredient, we have been innovating. And so we do have hundreds of SKUs that will deliver on consumer and trade needs. So that's the reason why it comes into different thickness. So for instance, 10 denier. Denier means the thickness, is the terminology we use textile to determine the thickness of fibers. So 10 denier would be used as very, very thin for transparent hosiery. And so to 2,240 denier, and then in the denim case, 40, 70, 105 decitex, for instance. And comes in a variety of lusters or terminologies for colors, which means a clear, a bright, a matte, a dull, a black color. The interesting thing, and it is that in a fabric, it's always the small component of the fabric composition. It's always used with another fiber. There is no, with a few exceptions and experience we have conducted, there is no 100% Lycra fabric. So it's always used with what we call internally a companion yarn. Then we do have a different type of stretch product, and that's Lycra 400 fiber. That's not elastane generic, that's a bi-component fiber that offers excellent recovery due to its self-crimping structure. Basically, the fabric, on the fabric processing, there is this self-crimping structure that gives the stretch and with excellent recovery. So it can be used bare or in correspond, and is also available in white and black, and offers also excellent chlorine resistance for denim finishing. And when we mix it with Lycra fiber, Lycra 400 fiber and Lycra fiber, what it happens is that we can produce fabrics that delivers on super stretch with excellent recovery power. That's secret that I mentioned before, with minimum growth. So then what you can achieve is the best garment for both comfort, movement, no bag and sack. So why are we speaking about Lycra and Lycra 400? And how and why did the rough and tough denim get stretchy? Well, it was all based on, you know, consumer needs. It's said that happened on a clever meeting in London in 1978, where Gloria Vanderbilt, that was at that time the queen of a flag for tight-fitting jeans, and that tight-fitting jeans were so uncomfortable, would not move. And then over and over with a lot of collaboration with the value chain in terms of Lycra being covered, accessories to machines to be able to process Lycra and fabric reconstructions. So basically over the last 15 years, fashion trends dictated higher and higher percentage of stretch in women and young men's jeans, achieving 50, 60, and even 100% stretch denim fabrics. So, okay, you say that the latest trends for denim is vintage, authentic looks, but still on easy to high stretch is still required by consumers because they do not want to give up on comfort. So basically, if you really want to move freely, you need to have garments that will behave like your skin, that will move with you. And for easy soft stretch, the requirement is also not only for delivering comfort, but also that garments that will last longer, will keep its shape, less need for care, no bag and sag, no knees, etc. The like new effect. So I'm going to be very much simplified technically compared with my colleague Miguel Sanchez on his first presentation. But basically, how we can achieve stretch in a fabric. Basically, when the fabric comes out of the loom, it comes with 190 centimeters. And then when it goes through the processing of boiling, it shrinks to 120 centimeters. And that difference is what comes the stretch. There's some companies and mills that do heat set fabrics. So then you can achieve 130 centimeters of length. And so out to point out that with heat set, you get 46%, around 46% stretch, and a fully relaxed fabric, you get 58%. But pay attention, you can get all this performance by using 2% of Lycra fiber composition on a fabric. So that 2% is really, really the secret for the shape retention, the comfort, the no bag sag. So now that you know, and I spoke to you a little bit of the Lycra fiber DNA or the Lycra 400 DNA, I want to take you to some consumer insights. Because Lycra fiber is an ingredient And we have our business model for 6 years operating on collaboration with the value chain and looking to what's relevant to consumers, what's relevant to our trade. Otherwise, we cannot be a solutions provider. So on this one, I just wanted to share in the context of this Transformers EG edition, some interesting findings from a new study by Refinery 29. If you don't know Refinery 29, it's destination news and lifestyle site for the millennial women in the US. And the study was conducted in June last year with 532 women, 18 years old plus, with household income ranging from $25,000 a year to $250,000 a year. The survey was conducted online. So more than 2/3 of the respondents believe sustainability is one of the most important issues in the world today. 68% think that sustainability is in the top 3 most important issues, and while 86% are stressed by the current environmental situation, and this was before COVID-19, which meant that I would think, no research here, but thinking of what's going on, I mean, 100% would be stressed by the current environmental situation. So here is a chart that shows the areas where these women would want to improve their ecological footprint. And the top areas are reducing plastic usage, conserving resources such as food, water, and energy. And at Kingpins 24, you know, it was very much stressed the use of resources or minimum use of resources, water and energy. And so the last one being reducing textile and apparel waste. More than half of the responded indicated this to be a priority. And when we think about denim, denim is really a must-have in our wardrobes. So all this context takes me to laid out for you what is our sustainability framework. Planet Agenda, our sustainability framework, has been up and running publicly for at least 10 years. And the pillars are corporate responsibility, making sure that our workplace is being run in safe and health, that we are an employer of choice, manufacturing excellence to minimize our environmental footprint and conserving resources, reducing emissions and eliminating waste, and product sustainability, using fewer resources and enhance the environmental performance of fibers and fabrics. I'm going to touch base on each one of them. So at the Lycra company, we are working on making our fibers sustainable or more sustainable by focusing on the following objectives. As I mentioned before, reducing waste, water, and energy consumption. Well, when we have plants, we do control purchase of raw materials, processing of raw materials, the emissions, the use of water, waste, so it's a controlled environment. We use only screened chemistries. We work on the quality of our products, so it will guarantee garment wear life. So we have a product that extends the life of a garment, and the use of renewable resources where possible. Let's talk a little bit on waste reduction. Lycra Eco-Made fiber is our company first branded elastane made with pre-consumer waste. We take our own waste and recycle it back into fiber. And while we do this, we divert waste and keep materials in our production. This product was launched last year and has the equivalent performance of a Lycra fiber. There's no difference of performance of this Lycra Eco-Made fiber versus standard Lycra fiber. Then when I presented to you the Lycra G400 bi-component fiber, well, we have an eco-made version of it. So as I said before, that's not elastane, it's a bicomponent fiber that has 2 different polymers in each filament. It offers excellent stretch by bringing different shrinkage between the 2 polymers that's composed the filament. So it provides the excellent stretch with shape retention. So 50% of the content is made out of PET recycled, and then less material goes into the landfill, while 18% of the fiber content is derived from corn. That's a renewable resource. I will run a little bit here because I think we are running out of time, but in terms of the environment to produce our GNA, as I mentioned before, our products are safe and screened products. So Lycra fibers for apparel have achieved Ecotex standard 100, level 1, appendix 6. I'm going to touch base on this. Lycra G400, Kumax and Thermolite are also certified. All these fibers have been checked against over 350 harmful substances and tested for safety and in human ecological terms. So level 1, appendix 6, is compatible with the industry detox initiative and meets the requirements for NIOSH to be used for baby clothing. The baby clothing is the highest level of approval for safety screened products. So our products meet that standards. We also, in last year, we were awarded Cradle to Cradle Gold Level Material Health Certification for the Lycra 166L. Why I'm speaking about 166L? Because that's the Lycra fiber developed specifically for the denim application, the denim industry. So by using Lycra fiber type 166, our customers can be assured of the transparency surrounding the product's ingredients and our commitment as a Lycra company to continue improving the sustainability profile of our products. Last, just echoing what Michael has presented, there are a lot of, we hear a lot, of course, for us to be able to provide a solution, we are always hearing the challenges from the industry. So from a fiber producer, we have been, hearing demand for sustainable fibers at cost neutral. So in 2014, we launched the first bio-derived Lycra fiber made from non-food grade corn rather than petrochemicals. It cost 30% more, but at that time, 2014, the brands and retailers were not willing to pay for it, the 30% more cost. Then the other issue is complexity. As Michael presented, the many different certifications that are required. That takes a lot of time and effort to prepare, to be audited during the audit and to keep it. And all the technical hurdles to, as we aim to be a closed loop future. So for instance, our fibers should be recycled from used garments. Today, there are challenges in separating out different fibers and fabrics and components of a garment. There's also a challenge to respond Lycra into fiber after it has been heat set. And we are working with a variety of technology companies and entrepreneurs to address all these. As I mentioned, our business model for 6 years has been collaboration. We are an ingredient, so to be able to reach out to consumers, and by the way, we have about 1 billion Lycra brand impressions into garments, all segments, from hosiery to sports, to denim, to intimate apparel. And so that brand is so valuable to us, and for us to be able to reach out to consumers, we have to collaborate with the value chain. It's not only that, we have to be transparent, and we have to have all this embedded into our manufacturing process, because at the end of the day, our brand is into consumer facing. So we can only solve all this if we continue working in collaboration with the value chain. And then even if we do so, we do need to discuss on who will pay for all these garment recycling and processes.
That's it, right?
Well, I had one last shot, but it doesn't.
Oh, what we
No,
doing?
it doesn't matter because it was just like additional information and to thank you all. And I hope I was able to build up some knowledge to you and to explain a little bit about our DNA. Yes.
If you send me the slide, when I do the recording, I'll slot it in. So don't worry. So
perfect.
Give it to me or like Joanne. I'll slot it in and I'll edit it. Thank you so much for your time. Actually, no, I got a couple of questions. We got, I think, 2 or 3 minutes, so we're fine for time. You touched on that it's 30% more to do the more sustainable option, right? With like the corn grain. Have there been a lot of customers going through it? Or is it just the cost has been the main issue? Obviously, that's one of the main issues, isn't it? Like,
yes. Exactly, that was back then in 2014. That was where the main issues. I will not mention the brands, but the targets were sportswear brands and denim brands at that time.
Yeah. Okay. We also we got a question from Amsterdam. Hi. You mentioned that you use recycled polyester. What about recycled nylon? Many thanks.
We do not manufacture nylon, so I cannot respond for that, but there are suppliers globally that makes recycled nylon.
Yeah, and you talked about also, it's very difficult to recycle polyester because obviously once it's heat set, so there's another chemical process involved to try and get it back. So obviously that's quite expensive, right? And everyone always talks about sustainability, but being sustainable sometimes does cost a lot of money. You have to change the way you work, and it takes many months or years of planning to change big sort of like factories that you guys have, right? So that must be
that's why we need collaboration, and we are open, and I invite everybody to collaborate with us. We are open for that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And obviously stretch denim's not really going away, obviously, and that's something that's always going to stay with us. So, and comfort has been the main thing. Even menswear is now becoming more stretch, which is quite
all your trousers are stretchy?
Me, no. I'm like a raw guy, so I'm yeah, no, let's not talk about me. You'll be upset.
Well, I will convert you.
Thank you so much for your time.